Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's Mythical Beast of Bro 16 here. Patch 4 is now available for the PlayStation 4 and will be out for the other consoles soon. I have the patch notes. 2K already made them available, so if you want to go see them, read them on your own, check the link down below in the description. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. Enjoy the little ghetto footage in the background. I really didn't have any gameplay to show you guys because, you know, the patch is downloading currently. So, yeah, just ignore that. But I'm gonna go over the gameplay things first. The number of left ankle injuries should now be greatly reduced during user played games. So, you know, there's this cheese going around where people were getting like ankle injuries. It seemed like every game, you know, you can watch Chris Smooth's little MyCareer series and you can see that for yourself, or if you played a lot of MyCareer, you already know, you know, about this issue. So I'm glad that they fixed that. They added more variety to the types of injuries that can occur in game. So it doesn't seem like, you know, they're reducing injuries altogether. They're just reducing, you know, that one ankle injury. There's still going to be, you know, a lot of injuries happening, but there's going to be variety. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad, but I guess if you prefer like, you know, a true simulation style like career, then this is really good news. Attempting icon passing while posting up will no longer disengage you from the post. That would be very annoying, especially, you know, if you're playing like Pro-Am and whatnot. You're trying to, you know, pass it to your dude in the corner and you just get away from the post. I don't pass too often from the post because, you know, why would you pass from the post? You're a center. Like, you guys are like the most dominant players in the game, you know. But it is what it is. You know, double teams happen. More responsive triple threat moves when crowded by a defender. That's good. Fix the dribbling issue that will sometimes cause escape crosses and hesitation to sometimes face sideways. My goodness. Made catching passes in the corner more reliable. Thank goodness. I can't tell you how many times like I've been on a fast break, I pass to the corner and the dude just like bumbles out of bounds. Like, come on now. Like I'm glad that they fixed that. Made some improvements to the screen system to improve reliability and user control. I hope this means that they buffed, you know, the pick and roll game. Not that it's, you know, terribly bad. You know, I've worked around it in MyTeam and whatnot, but it would just be really good if they did buff that. So not complaining there. Fixed an issue with putback layups that would sometimes cause them to hit the front of the rim or the backboard. Yeah, that would be annoying. Fixed a bug that would cause defenders to pop a stand while lying on the ground after a hard foul. This is referring to those plays where, you know, after you hard foul somebody or something like that, or you break their ankles, they would just like pop straight back up. Like, they would get resurrected. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, that, it was pretty funny. So I'm glad that they fixed that. Various improvements to teammate grading system. Don't care. Fixed issues where defender were set to gap, ignoring user and ace settings. This is a big one. So, you know, when you were playing, you know, career or MyTeam or whatnot, and sometimes you would have like a random player, normally the center, he would sag all the way off into the paint. Like, you would have a player just sag all the way off into the paint for no reason whatsoever. This is what I'm assuming they're addressing, and I'm really glad that they did this. So that's really good. After foul animations update to prevent hands from clipping to the heads of another defender, another player. Don't know what that means exactly. Maybe it's just I'm not sure. Does it mean less fouls when I go for a legitimate block? I sure hope so. When the offensive team wins jump ball, the shot clock should now be reset. Okay. Address the case where defensive settings inside coach clipboards were not sticking after being changed. That would be very annoying. Fix an issue where a player on the losing team would sometimes celebrate with the winning team, even though his team lost the game. I thought that was a funny one. I'm glad that they fixed it, but I thought that was more funny than it was aggravating. But okay, so that's all the gameplay fixes. Now there's MyCareer fixes. There's what you call it, MyTeam fixes, and then there's MyGM fixes. So I'll be going over all of those right now. For MyCareer, on-court shoes are now free for the shoe company your MyPlayer has a contract with. Very interesting that they wait this long to fix something like that after most of us have done already paid for our shoes. Now you're telling me now they're free? Okay, 2K. I see. Updated MyCourt murals. You really don't care, but it is what it is. Support subtitles have been added for the on-court interviews for following a played NBA game. That's fine. The user's VC balance will now correctly display the current VC total in post-game recap following a played NBA game where the received teammate grade was D+ or lower. This is interesting. Does this mean I can no longer just do nothing during the minute glitch? Do I actually have to get above a D, or was it just like showing incorrectly altogether? I don't know, but you know, whatever the case, let's just hope this means people are getting the VC that they deserve. Xbox One Silver and PS4 Non-Plus users can now play MyCareer drills with AI players they invite over. Hopefully everyone has PlayStation Plus and the Xbox Gold. The in-game frame rate will no longer hiccup when the My Matchup overlay is on the screen. Anything that reduces hiccup and frame rate issues is a plus in my book. Let's just hope that this patch is actually doing what it says it's doing, and not just, you know, a patch 3 where it's doing absolutely none of what it's saying. Fix the hang that could occur when the coach caught the ball during a live practice. Okay. The shot meter will now display when taking shots outside of the court while playing horse in your My Court. Okay. Logos for the events on the event calendar app on the 2K phone shall now always appear alongside the correct event. Okay. The Carl Anthony Towns pregame scene will no longer repeat every time you play with them. This is probably the most terrific news in this entire patch. My goodness, did it get exhausting running into that same 7-foot behemoth and having the same exact cutscenes. Thank goodness. And then fix the hang that would occur when selecting the I'm always in rhythm answer upon David Aldridge asking how you were able to find your rhythm during the current game. I don't think anybody cared about that. Honestly, I always get the interviews. They're just extremely boring, honestly. Oh, neighborhood and playground. Okay. New player edition NBA Nike jerseys and more in the NBA store. Wade, Carmelo, IT, D Rose, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Wiggins, and Brandon Ingram. The display VC balance should now correctly match what was earned after the playground game. The earned VC was there all along, but the balance was not always getting refreshed. Okay, so 2K is claiming that everybody was getting the correct amount of VC, which, you know, I can actually back them up on this. You know, in all the glitches, all the games I've played, every, you know, legitimate thing I've done, every illegitimate thing I've done, I've always had the correct amount of VC, despite what it said after the game. You know, I always, you know, calculate how much VC I'm making when I do the little minute glitch, just to make sure everything's adding up. And for the most part, I can confirm that even though it didn't display correctly on the screen all the time, I was definitely getting the VC. So maybe it's different for other people. I don't just want to say, you know, just because I was having it good that you know, it was fixed altogether. I don't want to make that mistake, but I do just want to point out that yes, I can confirm this. A number of performance and stability improvements for the Ruffles event. Control section now apply to playground games. Gamer tags will no longer cover the turbo meter in playground games. Fix the stutter that would occur when people are playing on the courts and someone's level up. Did it really? Oh yeah, it did slow down the frame rate sometimes, so yeah. The correct score will now be attributed to the correct team during in-progress playground games when queued up on the got next spot. Shots will no longer queue up when playing the mini basketball game in the 2K zone, making it easier to develop a smooth rhythm. The Who to Guard indicator has been redesigned to make it easier for you to quickly identify the offensive player you should be guarding in playground games. People play defense in playground? Nah, I'm playing. Player signature walks that incorporated a ball will now correctly draw the ball when performed in the playground area of the neighborhood. Thank the Lord, my good. I was wondering about this. I bought the little ball animation, but I never had the ball in my hand. But now I do. Xbox One fixed an issue where the game became unstable when the team attempted to use custom Pro-Am away uniforms. And then on the PC, the shot release text will not provide accurate feedback when using a keyboard to shoot the ball in the mini basketball game located in the 2K zone. So that's everything for Playground and Neighborhood. Now we go on to Pro-Am. Resolve Pro-Am accessory issues that prohibited them from showing up correctly in the closet. This is a huge issue. They actually fixed the accessory glitch, where now we have all our accessories, so now we don't have to be looking like booty butt naked playing players. This is amazing. This is good. Users will no longer earn progress towards their badge and cat breakers while the AI plays for them after fouling out in the Pro-Am game. Was this an actual exploit? Did I not know about this? Were people not telling? What? Okay, I must have missed one. Fix the case where users were not getting paid their full VC amount after Pro-Am games. That's the big one. That's a real big one. When the team quits out of a Pro-Am game, the remaining team will no longer obtain the badge progress and progress of the team that quit out. Bruh, was this for real? Well, see, I done told y'all. I done told y'all that Pro gave y'all the most experience. Now we know why. Apparently, we were getting the progress of other players. I don't know if this is true or not. I really don't know if it was true or not, but this is very interesting. The team overall will now calculate correctly on the loading screen of a Pro game when there is at least one CPU player on the team. Fixed an issue where arena changes would fail to be applied for the first time. Save changes in exit when attempting to make changes to your Pro team arena. Okay, so there's a lot of good fixes, but I'm still focused on those glitches that apparently we had that didn't know about. Oh man, that's not good. Users can now use strategy cards in Supermax games in MyTeam. I'm going on to MyTeam now. I had no idea that you couldn't use strategy cards in Supermax. I really didn't, and I don't think anybody else really noticed either. So, strategy cards are now stackable in quantities of 20. Were they not stackable before? I'm pretty sure I have like 100,000 of those things. Non-NBA balls will properly appear in your home court when set in the Edit franchise menu. Users will no longer be automatically taken to the Edit lineups menu after upgrading a player's badge. Users that excessively foul in online multiplayer MyTeam games will now get kicked and given a loss. Thank the Lord. That's all I have to say. Thank the Lord. Unfortunately, fouls are very, very easy to pick up in this game, so I don't know how I feel about that. The replace player option has moved from the edit player menu to the edit lineup menu for usability improvements. Okay. To satisfy popular community requests, now we're moving on to MyGM My League. The NBA logo has been removed from created uniform template in MyGM and My League. The CPU will no longer override user-made decisions during the qualifying offers off-season time period. CPU teams will now be more conscientious of when they should renounce the rights to their players during the offseason. Fix the hang that would occur for some users when they were signing a two-way player for the remainder of the season. Fix the soft hang during the draft in MyGM My League when the users attempted to negotiate a trade. Address the fantasy draft issue where certain players were being incorrectly omitted from the player selection pool. Fix the case where we were incorrectly determining a user was trying to maintain the rights to too many draft and stash players. It would force you to release a player you should have been able to sign. Address the case where a draft and stash player would appear on the G League roster prior to signing an NBA contract. Y'all, I'm getting tired of reading all this crap. Identify the corrected an issue that would lead to the inability to load your MyGM file. For those previously affected by this, your save will now properly load. Baskets will now count for the correct amount of points when the league approves the rule change that grants automatic points to be granted on shooting fouls in lieu of free throws. Attendance will no longer show at 0% for playoff games in the financial information of a MyGM menu. And then many other small fixes and adjustments were also made game-wide. Okay, so that's literally everything. I went over the whole entire patch note. I should make a little note that people should just click the link on the description. They can just read, because this is probably easier than watching a 13-minute video. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But so that's patch 4. I'm really excited about this. Hopefully everything works as intended. That's my biggest concern, that everything needs to be working. So far, no one's really complaining about it, so I assume that's a good thing. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you liked this video, found it helpful, dislike if you did not. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.